Hey y'all, I'm Robbie Wheaton. Today we're going to talk about the new Smith and Wesson CSX Micro Compact 9mm. Let's get started. The new Smith and Wesson CSX Micro 9mm pistol has an MSRP of $609 and a MAP price of $550. So that's about where you're going to see it on the street, is somewhere around $550. The pistol's got a 3 1/8" barrel. It's very small, very compact, and it's only 0.9 inches thick. So it's really thin, easy to carry, easy to conceal. The edges on the pistol are very smooth. It's got a no snag surface on it. So for deep concealment, deep carry, whether it's small of the back or appendix, or even on your hip, there's not any sharp edges that are going to dig into you and bite you while you're carrying this pistol. The new CSX Micro 9 has an 18-degree grip angle, which is very similar to the 1911. So for all you 1911 fans out there, the 18-degree grip angle is going to feel very natural and very similar to your 1911 that you already currently own. The pistol comes with 2 magazines. We've got our 10+1 round magazine here, and then back on the table behind me, I've got a 12+1 extended magazine. The 10+1, I've got big hands. You can see the 10+1, I really don't have room for my pinky. With the 12+1, it gives me just enough bite where I can get a purchase with my pinky on it. So the pistol feels really good in the hand. I'm very impressed overall with the design of this pistol. All right, let's flip around to the bench and really dig into the details of the new CSX Micro 9. The CSX 9 has a black nitride Armorite finish on all the steel parts. The Armorite, or the black nitride finish, is very durable. You can put that finish on any stainless steel or carbon steel parts. And with this pistol, all of your components, your safety, your slide release, your magazine release, the slide, the barrel, all of those have the new Armorite finish on it from Smith and Wesson. The aluminum frame on the pistol appears to be black anodized, as the Armorite finish can only be applied to carbon and stainless steel substrate materials. You can see the difference in the finishes between the two different materials, with the slide and with the frame. They're a slightly different color. Smith and Wesson may call the two finishes the same, but they are different processes and chemicals for the different materials. The new CSX 9 comes with interchangeable back straps, just like the Smith and Wesson M&P. It comes with 2 total back straps, the one that's on it plus one other. And it also has a textured front strap. So this little button in the bag It's pretty neat. Instead of using a punch to take the back strap off of your pistol, you can use this little button that it comes with. The little button just inserts in here. You push in, push forward with your thumb. That allows you to remove your back strap. It's a handy little feature that the pistol comes with. And then we have our new grip panel. This is the small panel. And it has these little hooks on the top here. They're going to hook into the top of the frame. It just snaps in like this. And then pops right back into place. And then here's the pistol with the smaller back strap on it. And with a magazine installed, so you can see what it looks like. Notice with the smaller back strap installed, you've got these little panel cutouts in the side that the larger back strap would go into. These are just left open when you go with the smallest back strap. But it feels really good in the hand like this. So it's surprising how comfortable it is with a smaller back strap compared to the bigger one to me. The slide of the pistol has what Smith and Wesson calls their Easy Tab feature. The Easy Tab feature is this area here, and on the other side of the slide, if you notice, it's slightly wider than the rest of the slide, so it gives you a really good purchase, a really good bite on the cocking serrations at the rear to aid in racking the slide on this pistol. The CSX-9 is a single action hammer fired pistol. One thing that it doesn't have that a lot of people may look for with it is a decocker. So there's no way to decock this pistol with any sort of levers on the pistol itself. Now let's look at a couple of different ways that you can decock this pistol safely. One way is going to be to remove your magazine, rack and clear the slide, and drop the hammer. All right, hammer's down, pistol's decocked. A second option is going to be to load the pistol. You're going to grasp the hammer in between your thumb and your index finger, pull the trigger, and gently ride the hammer forward until it rests on the firing pin. You want to be very careful doing this, as it can be dangerous. If the hammer's back, there's a round in the chamber, and you try and ride it down and it slips out of your fingers, the gun can go off. The Smith and Wesson CSX comes with an ambi-thumb safety as well as an ambidextrous slide release. On the right side of the gun, and then the same pieces are mirrored on the left side of the pistol. The magazine release itself is reversible, and it does come with an extra magazine release for this pistol. So you can swap this from the right side to the left side as needed. All right, y'all, I'm going to show you how to swap out your magazine release on the pistol. If you notice on the right side, we've got a flathead screw. And then down inside the frame here, what we're going to do, we're going to insert our flathead screwdriver. We're going to push in. Now you see that little arm right there moving? We're going to push in to release that arm. And then we're going to turn it until that arm is straight up. That's all there is to it. Now we just pull our magazine release out. And we can replace it with the other one that comes with the gun. So the pistol comes with two different magazine releases. The one on the right is a traditional right-hand magazine release, and the one on the left is a left-hand magazine release. So one of them installs from right to left on the pistol, the other one installs from the left to the right. So we just took the right-hand release out. Now we're going to install the left-hand release in the pistol so you guys can see how it works. It drops in, just kind of hold it in place with our thumb, flathead screwdriver, and just like before, you push in, you see the little arm in there, and we're going to turn it down and then release. And now we have a magazine release on the right side for lefties that like to use the right side magazine release. Pretty nice feature. It's pretty innovative of Smith and Wesson to include both of those with the pistol instead of you having to buy a separate one. The pistol has an external extractor, which I really like. It's beefy, it's oversized, and it does a great job of getting the spent cases out of the chamber. The pistol comes with steel 3-dot sights, which are serviceable and usable, but you're probably going to want to upgrade those to a nicer set of night sights. The trigger on the CSX is very clunky on the reset. It's easy to mistake the first clunk for the sear resetting. If you ride the reset, you will often short stroke the trigger, mistaking the first clunk for the actual reset. There is a trigger safety located on the face of the trigger. The safety is smooth and it feels really good on your finger. What causes the trigger to feel so clunky? The backside of the stamped steel trigger bar drags on the striker safety disconnector arm as the trigger moves forward to reset. The first clunk you feel is the trigger bar skipping past the striker safety disconnector arm. An easy fix would be to radius the back edge of the trigger bar so it doesn't drag on the arm during the reset. The safety disconnector arm can also be removed and polished to remove any stamping edges to smooth the reset function. To disassemble the CSX Micro 9, it comes apart a lot like a 1911. You've got your pin here that we're going to depress. That pin is part of your left-hand slide release lever. And then there's a notch on the slide here that we're going to line up and everything will pop right apart. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to remove the magazine. We're going to rack the slide back until this little biscuit cut is lined up right over the top of the slide release. Next, we're going to take a small punch. We're going to roll the pistol over. We're going to push on that. And you can see our slide release just popped right out, no problem. Now it's simple as pulling the top of the slide off, setting that to the side. Field stripping, very easy. Guide rods out, barrels out, ready to clean on the inside. Even here you can see how big that extractor is. There we go. You can see how big the extractor is in here. That extractor gets a huge bite on those cases. It does a great job of extraction and ejection. But let's talk about the false reset that we get with this pistol. All right, let's talk about the false reset that you get on the trigger. So you're going to pull the trigger just a little bit, and on the side here there's this little button that says F. We're going to push that down. That's your disconnector that allows the trigger to reset. Now we can reset the trigger and that drops the hammer. All right. Once again, we just push that down, clicks, and that allows the trigger to come to the rear. There we go. All right, if you look down inside the pistol here, we've got our trigger bar is here. You can see it kind of moving back and forth a little bit. That's our trigger bar. And then the striker safety disconnector arm runs all the way down the frame on the inside, all the way down through here, comes all the way up to the top, and actually sticks out the top right here. You can wiggle that back and forth and actually see the trigger bar itself moving back and forth as I'm wiggling that. What causes the false reset, as you release the trigger bar is actually going to jump over this little piece right here, and that gives a false click. Hear that? That's the false click I'm talking about. Now what you get with the slide, you've got even more added spring pressure with the striker safety here that's pushing down on this arm or back on this arm, and that creates even more pressure, which makes this even more noticeable, that little click even more noticeable. And you saw it jump past it there and pop back up. There it went, popped back up. So just to kind of show you how it works, as we release the trigger here, let's see if I can get a little better. All right, get a little better angle here. Here's our trigger bar, and then the striker safety disconnector arm moving up and down here all the way into the frame. As we release the trigger, watch this little foot right here on the trigger bar. False click right there, and then it's going to pop up for the full reset. That's when it jumps over and actually resets to allow the pistol to fire. The back edge of this trigger bar is a stamped part, so you should be able to bevel the back edge of that and eliminate the draggy feel or that clunky feel that you get. So that's going to be a separate video that we do over on our Patreon channel, so you can check that out. It's Robbie Wheaton on Patreon, and we'll walk you through the steps on how to do that. Reassembly with the pistol is very straightforward. Drop the barrel in. Guide rod assembly just sits in here. Slide goes back on the frame. Line the guide rod up. And then our slide release. You notice on the slide release there's this little button right here, that little nubbin, I guess you would call it, that lines up with your biscuit cut in the slide when you're reassembling. So that just slides back in like this. See how it lines up right there? This area right here. Boop, boop. See if I can get it to focus. There we go. That area right there. Just a quick little snap, and everything's back in place like it's supposed to be. Here's the two magazines that the CSX Micro 9 comes with. We've got our 10+1 magazine here and our 12+1 extended magazine here. This one I really like with this little bit of extra foot right here. It gives just enough purchase for my pinky to get a grip on the pistol. I've got big hands, so I can tell you this pistol will fit most people's hands. The CSX-9 is a small and lightweight, accurate and reliable pistol that feels really great in your hand. The pistol is easy to shoot. It's got a light recoil spring. The light recoil spring makes it really easy to rack the slide, so you don't have to use a ton of hand pressure to rack the slide. It's a really nice feature. The ambidextrous controls on the pistol work well for both a right and a left-hand shooter. Overall, I'm going to give the pistol a score of 4 out of 5 stars. And the only reason that I'm giving it 4 stars is because of the trigger. The trigger is very gritty on the reset, and it gives a false reset as you're releasing the trigger. So if you're riding the reset and releasing it, you get a click that you think is the reset, and it's not. You have to let out more on the trigger after that click for it to actually reset. So for people that ride the reset a lot, it's going to be something that is definitely going to be an issue for you, and is going to be something that you're going to notice. Now there is a fix for it. We're going to talk about that in another video. But for right now, we're just going with what we have here. You know, it does have some issues with that false reset with the trigger, which could be very dangerous in a defensive situation. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe below. Ring the bell up top so you get notifications from us. And remember to check out our Patreon page for more in-depth builder videos. See you next time. Hey y'all, I'm Robbie Wheaton. Today we're going to talk about the SNU. Wow, it's a SNU pistol. Oh. Angle, which is very similar to the 1911. So if you 1911 19 lovers. Yeah, 1911 lovers. So for you 1911 lovers out there, can't even say that with a straight face.
And if we could just see the gun.
I can't help much with that.